Welcome back. So let's talk about the switch statement, because when I look at my code, this statement just gets ugly really fast. So let's say I had like 5 menu selection options here. Let's put in another one here. There we go, and another one here, and another one here. So now we have like both menu 2 and menu 3 and menu. You notice that this else if hell starts growing and getting more and more complex to read. So that's why we're going to use what we call a switch statement instead. And let's have a look at the switch statement, because yes, tutorials teacher has an expression, an explanation of what it is. So what we want to do is do something like this. So we're going to make another type of, instead of the if else, we're going to use the switch statement, which is really powerful when you have a string you want to identify with multiple, not only one. If it's just if else, true, false, then you should just use if else. But if you have multiple, like in this case, an expression that comes in that can deliver 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 selections, then you should go for the switch statement. So let's try. I'm just copying this in just to show you. Here we have the old code, and let me just keep it there. Instead, I want to do the new code. So let's paste this in that I just stole from tutorials teacher. So now that we have the menu selection and we know what that is all about, it's added here in the switch, then we put in the first case. And just think of it as we look at the menu selection and we say, if the case is 0, and then you put in the colon in the end, then do some code. And what we want to do is, if it's 0, we'll do this code. We'll write bye-bye. So I'll just paste that in here, and then I will do a break, because this is ended, right? Okay, in the case that the code is 1, right here, then what we wanted to do is add this right here. So I'll just copy that, and I'll just do a colon here, doink. I'll add this here. There we go. Like this. And remember to put in the breaks, or the code will actually continue executing to the next case even though you might be done. So always put in the break when you actually do a case. So if the case is 2, I'll just add that as well. And I know that's going to be show all employees later on. Show all employees. There we go. And then we have a default down here in the end. Now the default one is, if none of the above is actually executed, we'll get to the default area. And in the default area, we're going to do whatever we want. And in our case, we wanted to write something like, that's not a valid number or something like that. It's right here. Not a valid number. Please try again. And let's just paste that in here. Okay. There we go. Let's save this. Now I'm actually done. And notice how simple this is to read. I can read this very simple, right? But if I go down here, this is my old else if, else if, else if, else if, else. Oh my God. So that's why we want to use the switch statements, and that's what it's all about. So let's just run the code again just to be sure that I didn't destroy everything completely. And after that, I'll just put this on GitHub, and you guys can use it if you want to. Give it a second. It just needs to run, and my machine is uploading videos right now, so it's kind of tired. It's been a rough day. Poor machine. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you're a Mac, but I have to push you, right? I have to know what you can do. I have to push you. You can't just be lazy. If you're lazy all the time, you won't achieve anything new. You won't learn more stuff. Yeah, but that's how it is, Mac. That's how it is. Yeah, I don't want to argue with you. So it pops up, finally. Okay, so let's try and see if everything still works. Let's just do an enter with nothing. It pops up and say, that's not a number, please try again. I put in a G. Well, that's not a number, please try again. I put in 4. That's not a valid number, please try again. Okay, then I put in a 1. You create an employee or something like that later on, and then I put in a 0 and I'm out. So everything works. See you in the next lesson where we start doing something else, but that was the switch statement. Have fun.